6, again, this is pretty much going to be a review. So describe function transformations. So if we had this and it went to this, okay, so what changed? Our up and down changed. It went from positive 4 to a negative 1. So what happened? We went down 5 units. The left and right didn't change. The slope didn't change. So it was just that number right there. What kind of transformation? So let me write it out so I can compare everything. Okay. Again, all of this stayed the same. The only thing that changed was it was at positive 10, and now it is at 0 because it's not there. So from a positive 10 to a 0, you went down 10. 7x minus 1 squared minus 6. 7x plus 9 squared minus 6. Okay, the 7's are the same, the 6's are the same. What happened is we are here. Well, let's just kind of think about this. If this is negative 1 right here, that really means that you're at positive 1 on the x-axis. If you are at positive 9, or if that says plus 9, then what happens is you are right here at negative 9 on the x-axis. So if you were here and you end up here, you went to the left 10. Four x minus 1 minus 2, 4x minus 6 minus 10. Okay, the 4 stay the same. Let's be able to break this down a little bit. Let's take care of this right here, because this is an up and down kind of situation. If we were at negative 2 on the y, that's what that means. And then when we ended up at negative 10 on the y, we went down 8. Okay, well, we got lucky here. So the only one that says we go down 8 is this one right here. But let's finish it off. So if we had these, that's the x-axis, and here's 0. So this one is at positive 1. This one is at positive 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you're at 1 and you end up at 6, you go to the right. How much did you go to the right if you were at 1 and you end up at 6? 5. So 5 to the right. Negative 8, x minus 7 minus 6, negative 8, oopsie, x squared plus 1. I'm going to put that plus 1 right there for a very good reason. The negative 8's didn't change, so we didn't shrink or stretch any kind of any way. So let's take care of, to me, this is the easier one because we don't have to think about basically opposites. So if I go from a negative 6 to a positive 1, I increased. How much did I increase? I went up 7. So up 7 and up 7, these are not possible. But on these, you're like, what happened to the parenthesis? I could have had a parenthesis here and said either x minus 0 or x plus 0. It really doesn't matter because 0 is not even positive or negative. So on x minus 7, we're at a positive 7 on the x-axis, and then we ended up at 0. So if we're at positive 7 and we end up at 0, we went to the left. How much did we go to the left? We went to the left 7. So it's going to be that one. 6x plus 3 minus 8. 6x minus 7 minus 2. From a negative 8 to a negative 2 means we went up 6. This is really negative 3, and we went really to a positive 7. So we increased 10, or 10 to the right. So 10 to the right, 10 to the right, up 6, down 6. So what's that one? Okay. I keep on giving this to you guys. Okay? Because basically I don't expect you to have it memorized. If you do, that's amazing and stupendous and wonderful. But I don't want to memorize it, so, I won't make you do it. Okay, so here's what's happening. Remember, this is everything changes, or every term. I really should have put every term. And then just x. So since the 2 stayed the 2, not everything changed. So it's going to be one of these. It's going to be a horizontal shrink or a horizontal stretch. So let's figure out what happens. Basically, this was a 2. So our a would have been 1/2. Because what would I multiply 2 by to be able to get a 1? And it would be a 1/2, because a 1/2 of 2 is 1. And 1/2 is between 0 and 1. So it's a horizontal stretch. So it's right there. X minus 10, 9x minus 10. Not everything changed, just the x. It went from 1 to 9. So it multiplied by 9. 9's bigger than a. So if just the x changed and the a is bigger than 1, then it's a horizontal shrink. We have this, we went to this. Each term, every term changed. And what happened is, it went down. It went from a 7 to a 1. So basically we divided 7 by 7 to be able to get 1, or we multiplied by 1 over 7. Everything changed, so that's going to be a vertical. But since it went down, means that it's basically divided. And so if we divide it, it's going to be a vertical shrink. That one right. Oops. That one right there. X squared plus 6 negative x minus 6. This term changed signs. This term changed signs. So every sign changed. So we reflected about the y. Just curious how much more. Okay, 4x plus 7, negative 4x plus 7. These did not change. The only thing that changed was we multiplied the x part by a negative. So if just the x changed, then it's a reflect about the y. If the x changes signs, it's a reflection about the y. 5x minus 4 squared minus 9. 5x plus 4 squared minus 9. Didn't change. Only the x changed signs. If the x changed signs, think of the opposite of x, which would be y. So it's a reflection about the y. 4x minus 3 squared plus 1. X minus 6 squared plus 1. we're not going to worry about these numbers changing because I know we're looking at a vertical stretch or shrink. So we are just going to look at this 4 going to a 1, which means it was divided. If it's divided, it's between 0 and 1, and it was just the x. So if it's just the x and we're dividing, it's a stretch horizontal. Stretch. Nope. Stretch horizontal. 4x minus 6, 4x plus 2. Okay. Now, I put this one on here for a very good reason, because whenever I first did it, I'm like, okay, well, that went from negative 6 to a positive 2, so it went up 8. Well, looky here. Huh. None of those say 8. So it couldn't be what... Yes, it did go up 8, but we have to think about it a different way because that wasn't our option. So in all honesty, what I did, I took our original problem, and I know it's not going to be an up or a down because I already figured that out. So if it went to the left 2, then it would be x plus 2, because remember, left is opposite. So here we go. If I did this, I get 4 plus 2 is, or 4 times 2 is 8. Oh, look, 8 minus 6 is 2. I ended up with what they said I should end up with, so it was a 2 to the left. I can't lie to you, I don't know of any other way that I could have done that, except just knowing that it was 8 up. But 8 up is the same thing in this example, to go to the left.